Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, I want to talk about gun rights initiatives and legislation for Trump's second term. Okay, so we're in February now of 2025. So, there's two major pieces of legislation that I see moving. One is national reciprocity, and the other one is getting suppressors out of the NFA. Okay, so there's lots of other stuff that we can do as well, but we gotta start someplace and get some victories and then build on top of that. So the good thing about the national reciprocity is that there's a good chance that we might be able to win over some Democrats in purple states to support this. Okay, so and also their staff, because a lot of these Democrats in purple states, they travel, their staff travels, so they might be in favor of this and they might be motivated to support this. Okay, on the getting the suppressors out of the NFA, the thing that I see there where I think it has a good chance of passing is that it doesn't affect blue states, right? Because in blue states, they're already, you can't. This wouldn't affect it, right? Because it's still illegal. This would only be getting them out of the NFA. So getting suppressors out of the NFA, making them accessories, that you can buy online, it's kind of like would put them in the same class as like 30-round magazines, right? That can essentially ship by mail to the entire country, except in a few blue states. Okay, so ideally that's where we want to go with suppressors, at least initially, right? Because that's a simple win. Okay, so something like that, I don't see Democrats wanting to use up a lot of political capital to oppose, because it really doesn't affect their states anyway. So that's why I think it has a good chance of passing. Now, looking at what the Trump administration is doing, I see something really unique and really, really savvy. The way they're moving ahead, they're basically they got Trump has DOGE, right, Department of Government Efficiency. They're going into all these different administrative, all these different government departments, right, and all these different agencies, and they're doing these internal audits. And what they seem to be finding is a lot of corruption. Okay, so what this corruption, I think, is going to lead back to is basically a laundry system where Democrats have been getting money under the table. Okay, so I think that's what this is going to lead around to. Okay, so what I see happening here is the Republicans are going to, through DOGE, are going to dig up a lot of dirt. Okay, that they are essentially going to be able to hold over the head of Democrats and say, hey, if you oppose this legislation, if you try and filibuster it, yeah, you're going to stop us from moving this legislation forward. But now, what are we going to do, right? We can't move this legislation forward, and I guess what are we going to do? Well, we got all this free time on our hands. Let's start pursuing these investigations and these criminal prosecutions for government bribery and corruption and etc. So I think that's the approach that Republicans are going to take. I think I've already seen it with in New York City with Mayor Adams. Okay, because Adams was under investigation for bribery, etc. And he's agreed to work with Trump on getting the illegal migrants out. Okay, and in return, okay, the Trump's Department of Justice has said that they're not going to prosecute him. Okay, so that's what I think that the Republicans are setting up with the Democrats, right? Because DOGE is going to find a whole lot of corruption on a whole lot of Democrats, and I think they're going to run that play over and over and over again. That if you don't support us on this, if you don't support us on that, or if you fight us on this, if you support us, we're not going to prosecute you. Okay, if you fight us, we're going to prosecute you. So I think they're going to play that over and over again. So the question now becomes like how bad do Republicans want to get certain things done? Because on the things that Republicans really want to get done, they're going to push hard. They're going to really push the whole blackmailing scheme on them, okay? Because that's what it's gonna be. That's what it is, right? They got all this dirt on them. I mean, technically they should prosecute them, right? But they're not going to, and it almost makes sense because if you prosecute the Democrats, right? Let's say you get them convicted, like you get them removed from office, you put them in a jail cell, right? Well, what's going to happen back home, especially in the blue states? They're going to run elections, and now you're going to get another Democrat elected, right? Who doesn't have a criminal history, who doesn't have a history of corruption and money laundering and taking money under the table. So you got less control over that Democrat, right? You're really better off keeping these Democrats in place, okay, and blackmailing the shit out of them to get them to go along with doing things that you want to get done. Okay, so I think that's what Republicans are going to do. They're going to really push this on the things that they want to get done. The question now becomes, like, how hard do they really want to push gun rights? Okay, do they want to do they want to really push the blackmail on the Democrats over gun rights? Trump can't run for office again in 2028, right? He's basically termed out. J.D. Vance probably wants to be the next president, okay? And two good things here is, number one, he seems like he's a genuine gun guy, okay? I've seen him post a number of pictures with him with guns. So he seems like a gun guy, so that's one good thing here. And the other thing is, if he's running for president, he probably wants the support of the gun community, right? Why not tap into it? It's there, right? I mean, it's not going to go to the other side. So I think he would, and plus the gun community is a very motivated community, right? If you get us on your side, we are loud, we are vocal, we're going to throw money at you, right? So I think that J.D. Vance is going to want to tap into that. And in order to do that, in order to really do that, right, and really maximize that, he's going to want to have some gun rights victories, right? So the easy ones, the low-hanging fruits right now are national reciprocity and getting suppressors out of the NFA. Okay, so that's where I see things right now. Let me know what you guys think. Drop some comments below. I'll talk to you all soon.